Yo and hello there and welcome back my fellow pixelators and welcome back to another upload on the Charizard vs Blastoise 100 sub special, and today we were doing part 5, which today should be probably the final part for Blastoise outline, but we'll see. So with that being said, let's actually get started straight in today's blocks that we're going to be using. And for today's blocks we're going to be using our black concrete as per usual and our gold block. Now once you have grabbed those two blocks for the area that we're going to be flying off to, we're going to be flying all the way to the top of the build, and we're going to be flying to the one that is sticking out to the left over here. So this very top line is sticking out to the left right here. So probably round about the back of the neck of Blastoise. So we're going to be flying all the way over to this one right here. And there we go. So once you have flown over to this one sticking out to the left, make sure to go and hit that like button if you haven't already. Just help out the channel a lot and it is much appreciated. And also if you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed it, then make sure to go and hit that subscribe button. It also helps out a lot and it is much appreciated as well. Now with that note being said, let's actually get started in the build. So from this one sticking out to the left, we're now going to place number 3 going to the left from here. So 1, 2 and 3, just like so. So it looks like 4 are sticking out to the left in total so far. Then once you've done this, we're going to do bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. And once you're doing this bottom left diagonal, we're then going to place 6 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Once you place 6 going to the left, we're then going to do another bottom left diagonal. And with this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 4 to the left this time. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just like so. And then once you've done this, we do another bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the left this time, just like so. Then we're going to another bottom left diagonal. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're placing another 1 to the left, just like so. And then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And from the third bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. Then we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2. Just like so, and then we're going to do it at right diagonal, and there we go. So as you can see, we should be looking like this so far, and from that upright diagonal that you just did, we're then going to place 19 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And there we go. Once you've placed 19 going to the right, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal, just like so. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, and then we're going to place 1 going underneath. Once you place this one underneath, we're then going to fly back up by 1, so back up to this upright corner. And once you've flown back to this upright corner, we're then going to place 5 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Just like so. Then once you place this 5 to the right, we're going to do an upright diagonal from the end of here, just like so. Then once you've done this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the right, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once you place this 4 to the right, we're then going to do another upright diagonal. Then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2, just like so. Then we're going to do bottom right diagonal. And there we go. Now from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 going underneath. And we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this one right here. And we're then going to place 1 going to the right. Just like so. Now from this one you just place to the right, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 going underneath. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here. 2 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction. So do a bottom right diagonal. Place 1 underneath, that's 1. Do another bottom right diagonal, place another 1 underneath, and that's 2. And there you go. As you can see, there should be 3 of those 2s in total, and they should connect in a bottom right diagonal direction to that 2 sticking up right there. So it actually kind of looks like 4 in total as well. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you include this one right here that's sticking up. And once you have done this, we're then going to zoom out, and we've done the first little part right here. So this is the top part of the shell, where the kind of white part of the shell is, and we're going to fly all the way to this one sticking underneath that we placed just now. So not that one over there, over to the left, this one on the right hand side right here. We'll fly over to this one sticking underneath. Once you've flown to this one sticking underneath right here on the right hand side, we're then going to place another 6 going underneath from this one sticking underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, just like so. Once you place this 6 going underneath, we're then going to do bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 5 underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Once you place this 5 underneath, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, just like so. And then this time from this bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place another 6 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from the end of here. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 4 underneath this time. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then this time we're going to place 3 going underneath. So 1, 2 and 3, just like so. Once this places 3 underneath, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then this time from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 3 going underneath again. So 1, 2 and 3. And we're then going to place 1 going to the left from the bottom one, just like so. And then we're going to fly back into the right by 1. So back to this bottom right corner. And we're then going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. Once you place this 1 underneath, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like so. Once you place this 4 underneath, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place another 4 underneath. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And there you go. As you can see, that 4 you just placed underneath right there should connect it in a bottom right diagonal direction to this 3 that's kind of sticking out to the left right here, and it should connect to the top of the 3. And if it has done that, we're then going to zoom out. So we should be looking like this so far. So that part right there is kind of part of the side angle of the shell on the back. Now then, once you've done this, we're then going to go and fly over to the next area. And for the next area, we're going to be zooming out, and we're going to fly all the way down underneath this section right here, and we're going to fly into this one that's sticking underneath right here. So as you can see, this one that's sticking underneath right there, we're going to fly all the way over to this one sticking underneath. Once you have flown to this one sticking underneath right here, we're then going to place another 3 going underneath from here. So 1, 2 and 3. Once you place this 3 underneath, we're then going to place 1 going to the left, and then we're going to fly back into the right by 1, so back to this bottom right corner, and we're then going to place another 3 going underneath. So 1, 2 and 3. Once you place this 3 underneath, we're then going to do bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like so. And then we're going to do the bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And then once you place this 1 underneath, we're then going to fly back up by 1, so back up to this one right here. And we're then going to do an up left diagonal. And there we go. Once you've done this up left diagonal, we're then going to fly back in the bottom right diagonal direction by 1, so back to this one right here. And we're then going to fly underneath by 1, so back down to the one sticking underneath right here. Once you fly back to this one sticking underneath right here, we're then going to do bottom left diagonal. Then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do 6 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And from the 6th bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2 and 3. Once you place this 3 to the left, we're then going to do another bottom left diagonal, just like so. And then once you've done this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the left this time. So 1 and 2, just like so. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place another one going to the left. And there we go. And once you've done this, we're then going to do 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2. And from the second bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do another 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And then once again, from the second bottom left diagonal, we're then going to place another one going to the left. Just like so. And then we're going to do another 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2. And then from the second bottom left diagonal, we're going to place another one going to the left. Just like so. And then we're going to do another 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2. And once again, from the second bottom left diagonal, we're going to place another one to the left. Once you've done this, we're then going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one going to the left. And just like so. And then once you've done this, we're going to do 8 bottom left diagonals from the end of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like so. And from this 8th bottom left diagonal, we're then going to place one going to the left. Once you place this one to the left, we're then going to do 5 bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from this 5th bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one going to the left, just like so. Once you place this one to the left, we're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And then from this bottom left diagonal right here, we're then going to place 6 going to the left this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you place 6 going to the left, we're then going to place 1 on top. And then from this one you place on top, we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to fly back into the right by 1. So back to this upright corner right here. And we're then going to place 1 going on top from here, just like so. So we should be looking like this so far. Once you've done this, we're then going to fly back to the one that we placed to the left. So back to this one right here. And we're then going to place another 2 going to the left from here. So 1 and 2, just like so. Once you place this 2 to the left right here, we're then going to do an up left diagonal. And there we go. Once you've done this up left diagonal, we're then going to place 2 going to the left. So 1 and 2, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do another up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we'll place another 2 to the left. So 1 and 2, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do 3 up left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And then from this third up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here 3 more times in a up left diagonal direction. So do an up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, that's 1. Do another up left diagonal, place another 1 to the left, that's 2. And then do another up left diagonal, place another 1 to the left, and that's 3. And there you go. As you can see, that should be 4 of those 2s in total going in an up left diagonal direction. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, we've got 4 of them. If you've got 4 of them, fly back towards the end one. Once you've flown back towards the end one, do another up left diagonal. Then this time from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1 and 2, just like so. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal from here, just like so. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then this time we're going to place 8 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you place this 8 going to the left, we're then going to do bottom left diagonal. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the left. So 1 and 2. And once you place this 2 to the left, we're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to fly underneath by 1. So back down to this bottom left corner. And we're then going to do 3 bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. Just like so. And from this third bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath. And then once you've done this, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. Then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 3 underneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath. Just like so. And then once you've done this, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And there you go. As you can see, that bottom right diagonal should have connected in a bottom right diagonal direction to the one that was sticking up right there. And if it has, that means we're doing everything correctly so far. So right now we've basically just marked out the outside of the shell and all those areas right there that we gone to the left. That's going to be all the back part of the shell where we're going to be marking out afterwards. But we still need to go and mark out the other side, or the final side of the shell. So we need to mark out this left side going all the way back up to the top. So for the next area, we're going to be flying all the way back to that one that we placed on top over here. So back to this one that we just placed on top. So then, once we have flown back to this one sticking up right here, we're then going to do it up left diagonal from here, just like so. And if it's up left diagonal, we're then going to place 8 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you place 8 going up, we're then going to do it up right diagonal, just like so. Once you're doing this up right diagonal, we're then going to place 6 going up this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And just like so. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal from the end of here, just like so. And then we're going to place 2 on top, so 1 and 2. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place another 2 on top, so 1 and 2, just like so. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal. This time we're going to place another 2 going up, so 1 and 2. And then we're going to place 1 going to the right. And then we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to place 1 going to the left, and then we're going to place 4 on top of here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to do an upright diagonal from the end of here. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just like so. Once you place this 4 on top, we're then going to do another upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 on top this time. So 1 and 2. Then we're going to another upright diagonal. Then this time from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the right, and then we're going to place 1 underneath, and then we're going to fly back up by 1, so back up to this right corner, and we're then going to place 1 on top, and we're going to place 1 to the left. And then once you place this 1 to the left, we're then going to fly back into the right by 1, so back to the right corner, kind of this 2x2 square, and once you've flown back to this right corner, we're then going to place 2 going up, so 1 and 2, and just like so. Once you place this 2 going up, we're then actually going to repeat this 2 here 3 more times in a upright diagonal direction. So do an upright diagonal and place 1 on top, just like so. And then do another upright diagonal, place another 1 on top, and that's 2. And then do another upright diagonal, and then another 1 on top, and that's 3. And there you go. That should be 4 of those 2s in total right there, including this one right here at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and as you can see we've got 4 of them, so fly back towards the end one. Once you've flown back towards the end one, do another upright diagonal, just like so. Then this time from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 5 on top, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you place this 5 on top, we're then going to zoom out. So we're going to do 2 points off here. So we're going to do an up left diagonal, and we're also going to do an upright diagonal from the top of this 5 that we just placed on top, which is 6 in total by the way. So first of all, we'll do an upright diagonal, then fly back to the one on top here, and then do an up left diagonal. And there you go. So you should be looking like that so far. Once you've then done this, we're then going to fly all the way back to the up left diagonal, so back to this one right here. Once you've flown back towards this one, we're going to place another 2 going up. So 1 and 2, just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to do an up left diagonal. Then from this up left diagonal, we're then going to place 8 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you place 8 going up, we're then going to do an upright diagonal. Then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 3 on top. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to do 5 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there you go. And from this 5th upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. And then we're going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then there you go. From this 3rd upright diagonal, we're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to fly underneath by 1, so back down to this one right here. And we're then going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2, just like so. Once you place this 2 to the right, we're then going to do an upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, and then we're going to do 4 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the right, and then we're going to do another upright diagonal, and then we're going to place 1 to the right, and then we're going to place 1 underneath, and then we're going to fly back up by 1, so back up to this upright corner, and we're then going to do an upright diagonal, just like so. So we should be looking like this so far, and then flying back to the upright diagonal, we're then going to place 4 going to the right, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to place 1 on top, and then we're going to fly underneath by 1, so back down to this bottom right corner, and we're then going to place 1 to the right. Once you place this 1 to the right, we're then going to zoom out and fly back to the one that we placed on top right here. Once you're flying back to here, we're then going to place another 2 going up, so 1 and 2, just like so. And once you place this 2 going up, we're then going to do 3 up left diagonals, so 1, 2, and 3. And then from this 3rd up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, and then we're going to do another up left diagonal, and then from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 5 going to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to do bottom left diagonal from here, and then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, and then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals, so 1, 2, and 3, just like so. And from this 3rd bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 3 underneath, so 1, 2, and 3, and just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal, and then from this bottom left diagonal, we're then going to place 4 going underneath here, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just like so. And as you can see, that 4th one you place underneath should have connected to the one sticking up right there, and if it has, that means we've done everything correctly so far. So we're then going to zoom out and fly all the way back to the end to this one sticking out to the right here. Once you're flying back towards this one right here, we're then going to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1 and 2, just like so. Now from the 2nd bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2, and then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal, and then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, and then we're going to fly back into the left by 1, so back to this one right here, and we're then going to do a bottom left diagonal. And there we go. Once we're doing this bottom left diagonal, we're going to zoom out and fly back towards the end of this 2, so back to the one that we placed to the right. Once you fly back towards here, we're then going to do an upright diagonal, and from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, and then finally but not least, we're going to do another upright diagonal. And there you go. As you can see, that upright diagonal right there should have connected to the upper right corner, or the bottom left corner of that area right there, but it connects in the right diagonal direction to the bottom left corner. And if it has, that means we've done everything correctly so far. So we are going to leave that for today, as we do have actually quite a lot more to fill in. So in the next part, we will be doing, and definitely being the final part of Blastoise, and we're literally just going to do the inside marking of the shell. So there's quite a lot to mark out, so I'm going to leave it there for today, as we already have spent quite a lot of time doing this today. But so far, that's what our build should be looking like. So as you can see in today's part, we have marked out the final part of the cannon, so the top part of the cannon, the top left corner up here, as you can see, and we've marked out the entire rest of the shell, and kind of the point where I guess the underneath part of the shell and the front part of the shell connect, which is the white part that is going to be like sticking out on most kind of shell designs. Now with that note being said, that is the end of today's tutorial. So if you have enjoyed this build so far, feel free to go and hit that like button if you haven't already, because it is much appreciated and it helps out the channel a lot. And on that note being said as well, if you haven't subscribed yet, go and hit that subscribe button. It helps out a lot and it is much appreciated. And it gets us closer to that 500 sub goal. Now with that note being said, I will see you in the next part. So without further ado, peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.